Hey guys, it's time for another Patreon Bull Chat. So this one is, how many times do you think you'll see The Rise of Skywalker in theaters? And then I followed that up with a question of how many times did you see the other
Theaters.
movies in the comments? What do you said 10, John?
Yeah.
You're gonna see it 10 times?
I don't know.
For some reason this is not loading properly. Hold on one second. All right. Hold on. There we go.
I
Sorry, I
think
apologize.
that
So the answers are once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. I'm going for the record. Do you want me to read your witty things here, John?
You don't have to. If you want to be boring, you can do it like you just did it. That's fine.
So John had just once, twice opening night, then once more, 3 times the charm, Tantum 4 times, 5 or more times, and I'm going for the record. So where are you guys at, John? You said 10.
No,
10
not
times.
really. No. I usually clock in around 4 to 5, I think.
What did you see? We'll just do saga films. So what did you see for Force Awakens and then Last Jedi? How many times do you see those?
I think Force Awakens was 5 or 4 or 5, and same with Last Jedi. I actually saw Last Jedi also on my honeymoon at the Alamo Draft House in San Fran. So, and I saw it at the premiere regular opening night. I saw that movie 4 or 5 times, and I think the same for TFA.
James?
I saw TFA 6 times in the theater, but then with Last Jedi, I had a son and I only saw it twice. So things changed. The other thing is, it's hard to answer this question because if I'm being realistic, I think like if I'm here in Dayton, I'll probably be like maybe twice, or depending on what happens, maybe 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still trying to figure out if there's a way that we all can see the movie together, and if that's the case, then we might have an opportunity to go like a couple times while we're together or something,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, because then I got nothing holding me back. It's like a walk in, walk out, walk in situation. Who knows?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's that. I'm gonna base it on what I would normally do if it was just me, the person. So I would say 2 or 3 probably.
So Force Awakens, for some reason, I can't remember how many times I saw. I feel like it was 4 or 5 times. But from the time that The Force Awakens came out to now, my life has changed in the sense of being on the podcast, and I have different friends than I did when The Force Awakens came out. So for The Last Jedi, I saw that movie 8 times. And I saw it once the night it came out, and then I saw it 3 times the following day in a row. Like I saw it morning, afternoon, and night.
That's so long.
That's insanity.
Yeah. It was fun. I had a great time. It was a lot of fun. So, like James said, I guess if we see it together, it's going to be different. But I do plan to do.
Lacey, it doesn't count if you're in the theater and then you fell asleep while it played the next.
I didn't fall asleep.
Lacey's just like, what happened? Oh, they're on crate. Okay.
Asleep. Although I have to say,
go ahead.
Oh, when I saw it the 4th time in a row, it felt long at certain parts, like long, and I was just like, okay, this movie feels long. But then like the throne room scene, I'd be like, yeah, and like everyone cheers at that part every time I saw it.
Like again, we're on the Patreon. We all know we love the movie and stuff, but I actually, like, the longer I think about it, I'm like, is it actually that the movie has a long run time? Is that what it is? That's the problem. And I actually think it might be a pacing issue. I think there's something about the pacing that thinks it gets slow at certain parts, and I don't know what those parts are, but I actually do think it's not just because the movie is the runtime that it is, which is why I'm hoping when people say JJ is going to have like the longest Star Wars movie, I'm like, I hope not, man, because I don't like watching Last Jedi for that reason. It's so long. But if it might not actually be a runtime thing, like if JJ gives us a long movie that feels like they're knocking stuff out and it moves along at a good
like
pace.
Not like Endgame.
No, I think, well, I don't know. I've only seen Endgame
had a
once,
very
so that's
slow pacing. Whereas The Force Awakens, it was like you see a battle in the beginning, then they're running from everybody, then they're flying in, then they meet Harrison, then they're going, like there's always a battle. It's like the script writing thing where it's like every 17 minutes or something, you're supposed to have some type of action scene.
Yeah. The parts that dragged for me in TLJ were like the Holdo and Poe stuff. I was
yes. Ugh.
like,
And I really didn't like Canto Bite. I really didn't like that scene. But we've talked about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So let's hear what you guys said. Again, this is not
all that.
This is not percentages. This is like numbers.
Yes.
So we had about 30 people voted. 8 people said 5 or more times. 6 people, a tie, said twice and 3 times. 5 people said going for the record. 2 people said tantive 4 times. And then nobody said just once.
Oh, interesting. Well, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. So the comments start with Ollie. Hi, Ollie. He said, I hope twice. My old non-father self would probably have said 4.
Oh, like
He's
you,
with
James.
you, James.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Tampa movie guy. Hey, what's up? He said 4 or 5 is my usual count for theater viewings for the Disney Star Wars movies. Force Awakens 5, Rogue One 4, Last Jedi 4, Solo 3. I saw each of the original trilogy movies 6 or 7 times. I lived at the theater during summers in the 80s. Prequels were 2 or 3 times each, I think. He is truly the Tampa movie guy.
Yeah.
I was Rogue One, I think 4 and Solo 3.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Solo 4 times, I think.
4 times?
I saw it 4 times, yeah.
I saw Rogue One 3, I think.
So we're like opposite.
Yeah. Well, Solo's a better movie.
No way.
Brian Smith said, I plan to boycott episode 9. However, I will sneak to a theater in another town to see it twice so that my friends won't know.
You need new friends, man. If they're the ones that are like, I'm not going to see that movie.
Nathan Shank, how's the baby, Nathan? He said, it all depends on how it is. If it's bad, the one I'm assuming he meant bad. If it's bad the one time, if it's good, the sky's the limit. It's fair.
Yeah.
Ryan Simi said the last 2 saga films I saw 3 times, maybe once or twice more since it's the end of the saga. Also, if there are some cool, good duels or space battles, that will be the extra draw.
Nice.
Adam Odell is back.
He's back.
Comment. He said TFA 11. The
What?
Last Jedi. The Last Jedi 14.
What?
The Rise of Skywalker? Question mark. I think I'll go for 20. Parenthesis, thank goodness I have an AMC A-list pass. LOL.
Oh, nice. You know, Alex Backus saw Attack of the Clones like 63 times or something.
Attack of the Clones?
Ridiculous.
Yeah, he said he worked at a movie theater at that time, so it was free, but he just like made it a thing. Like he just went again and again and again and again.
Wow.
Jetta said, as I was telling my husband, as long as it's theater might be 6 or more, all depends. I'm assuming as long as it's in the theater 6 or more times. Cool.
Wow.
If you could go anytime, oh sorry.
No, it's okay.
We
go
can
ahead.
do the last one.
Last but not least is Evan Harris, and he said, I'm going for the record. Saw The Force Awakens 7 times and Last Jedi 4 times. I'm hitting that magical number 10 when the Rise of Skywalker arrives. Especially if Kylo survives, LOL. Why is that a joke, Evan? If he doesn't, I don't know how many times my heart will allow me to see it. Haha. Again, not a joke, Evan.
Well, I got news for you, Evan. If you're going for the record, you better head over to Adam Odel's house and tie him to a tree. Yeah.
So let me see here. Okay, so my question was going to be if you guys could, anytime you wanted to, you could just go back into the theater and see it. It's free. Money's not the issue, stuff like that. And let's assume the movie's like good, like really good. Like you're like, wow, I really love that. Questionably, maybe one of the best, kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
How many times do you think you would actually take advantage of that opportunity and see it? Like free, don't got to worry about like your job or anything, like timing wise. You could just go whenever you felt like it. Stop the world for 2 hours or whatever.
I got a lot of stuff going on. I feel like 10 is like my max. Because I like being able to watch movies and do other things while I'm watching them. Like have it on and then do other things. Like TFA is on all the time in my house, or Solo. It's one of those two.
I'd probably go see it like 10 times or so.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I feel like no matter the movie, I get burnt out. Like no matter as much as I love a specific movie, I don't know. I felt like that was the reason I didn't see Force Awakens more. Is because I was like, okay, I've seen it 6 times.
Yeah, but if it's all right, so say the Blu-ray comes out in April and it hits Disney Plus in like, mid-April. You're looking at December, January, February, March. And if you see it 2 times each of those months, that's 8 times. That's not that crazy.
Yeah, that's true. I guess I'm thinking like
Lacey's like, I did that in a
opening
day.
weekend, yeah. Yeah.
It's super fun. I go with my friends and we just like see the movie a bunch of times. We take a movie we take a picture each time of us holding up which screening it is.
I remember.
Yeah, that's the other thing is I went to all those Force Awakens ones alone except for the first one.
No, they're fun.
I went with like my brother and my friend, I think, for one of them too. But
going to Solo with John was fun, but I was like a fifth wheel on there.
The only movie I've ever gone to by myself is?
What?
No, I don't know that.
The Last Jedi world premiere. I was so alone.
Oh my God. I knew he was going to bring that up eventually. I was surprised he didn't bring that up earlier.
It was weird being alone.
He brought it up, but like he meant it like casually. Like I was waiting for him to bring up like that.
Yeah, but it's part of the discussion. So it's not like I'm just like, we're talking about midichlorians and I'm like, hey guys, did you know that I held the door open for the kid from Stranger Things?
Who said that? My camera's all messed up now. Look what you made me do.
No, you did it to yourself, you jerk.
Now my camera's all in focus. So I guess that's it.
Yeah. All right, bye. We're going to go fix our gear.
Bye. Oh, there we go.
Sweet brag out.
See ya,
That's what
everybody.
Bye.